Hi, welcome, welcome to another session. Sorry for the background noise. I've got my I've got my family members. I've got my wife, family members coming to visit us, so they are making so much noise downstairs. So if you hear anyone, that's them. Okay. Let's begin with. We've got 5 minutes. Well, let's just start because I've been away for a week and I need to get back in the groove of looking at the market. And I haven't done much over the last week. I've just taken some time off and just enjoy myself. And I think everyone should do that every now and then. Take some time off and enjoy life outside trading. It's such a refreshing thing to do. And then when you come back, you take your time to get back in the groove, um, and looking at the market. Uh, okay, so let's jump into it. I'm looking at the dollar. Um, let's jump on the daily so you can see the high time frame perspective. Okay, so looking at the dollar, we can see obviously the dollar is like sideways to the downside. Yeah, it's gradually grinding down, right? And to be honest, that's it's hard to trade, especially I didn't see much what happened last week, but I think a lot of people did get hurt last week, if I'll be honest. If you had no idea what you were doing, probably you would have, got yourself spanked. Yeah, and I think that's one of, I don't know, maybe it was coincidence, maybe I foresaw it coming, so I took the week off. But last week was a very hard one to trade, especially looking at the candle on Thursday. That was a hard one. Okay, so if you did get yourself beat last week, it wasn't just you. I think a lot of people did get beat as well. Um, not just on the dollar, but on the other pairs that we're gonna go through. So where is the dollar likely to move next? Well, if you look at the daily, you can see where I've marked my level. If we do follow what the daily is doing, it was down, retracement, and then we look forward and move to the downside. If you do follow the market structure lesson that I gave for those in the um, VIP, you can clearly see the market structure is still bearish, right? We've not broken any upside yet. So that's our active swing high here. And then our active swing low would have been there. And then we broke to the downside, came back for retracement, and then broke to the downside. So we had this as our active swing high. And then our active swing low is where I've got the red line. So price comes back into a retracement, and then we look for a continuation to the downside, which will lead to um, a continuation on the upside on the foreign currencies. So I'm personally looking for this low to be run, and I have this level here where I'm watching for the extension. I do have a daily level in here, which is this down candle there. I want to see how we trade down there. If it does support price, maybe you offer a bounce, not a reversal, but a bounce, and then maybe you create a weekly profile where price will hit here, go into retracement, and then ultimately come back down again, just like we have in here. I think overall we are consolidating, just like we did have in here. It's a bit of a consolidation which leads to a short move to the downside, right? So we're looking for price to take out this low and then offer some form of a bounce in here and then a continuation to the downside. What I would like to see before we start looking for longs, right, is we want to see a high taken out. So if we do break, or if we do trade down here, we would like to see this high taken out before we start looking for any form of reversals on the foreign currencies, which we'll jump on in a second, before we start looking for any form of reversals. If we don't break this high and then we come up and then we reject and we continue going down, then we still look for shorts. Okay, we don't look for longs until it shows us that it's going to go up, and it will show us by breaking or trading and closing above one of these highs. For now, it's this high. If we do break this that low, then it will be that high, and then we'll be looking for longs. But until then, we have to still consider price going down. So if we do take out this low and we come up again, we'll still be looking for a continuation to the downside. Obviously, if it does give us the turnaround, there's going to be some form of a loss. Okay, you're gonna take some loss if the price is going to turn around, right? And then once it turns around and you take the loss, then you realize what is going on, then you just switch. It's a matter of switching. Okay, so my downside objective is the 92.18, and then further down is the 91. I'll call it 91.70 right there, 91.70, right? And let's jump onto the euro. Let me mark out these so you can understand it. Okay, we always trying to trade inside the range. Okay, always pick up your range and trade with that range on any time frame that you're trading. Okay, so we came back down. Granted, last week I was not here. We could have, maybe you could have got stopped out, but there was a long, I think I went through price, and there was a long somewhere in here for a continuation to the upside. So this is our range high, this is our range low, right? So price comes back inside. We did catch a short up in here to take price down, and then once we get down here, we look for a break and then a continuation to the upside. So if you drop down to the 4-hour, I'll show you where I saw the long. So we did take out this long in here, right? That was last week, and then price came up all the way up and took out this high. So once that happened, there, I will be looking for long here, right there. I'll be looking for long right there, and like I said, you'd have got killed, but ultimately price did that. Okay, so last week was a hard one with this candles movement. That was a huge move that happened. So for now, I think all eyes is in here. Price is trying to take out this high, and I'm looking at, I have a level on the monthly. Okay, so on the monthly, this last up candles opening price, that's where I'm looking for price to come to, and it's lining up with the psychological level 1.2. Okay, so that's the next upside objective on the euro. Any retracement that price does give, which is this down candle in here, I think it looks nice on the 4-hour in here. If we do get a retracement back down to this down candle on the next 4-hour candle, maybe I'll consider long. Change this color to green. All right, So let's get rid of this. We've gone through that. Right, so if we do get retracement back down to this down candle, I might consider a long, and my target would be this high as first objective, that high as first objective, and then I'll leave a piece on to see if we can get to that 1.2 level. Right, my stop loss will come below here, has to be below this low. Right, let's push it properly, and my entry will be this down candle. Stop target 1 here, and then I'll leave a piece on to see if we can get up here. Thank you, Marco. You can see if we can get up here. So on euro, that is what I have for now. I was looking to see if price could dip down, maybe for the start of the week, instead of going up first, maybe go down first and come down in here somewhere, and then that will offer more upside objective. Looking at the daily, instead of it opening and going up, I wanted to see a little bit of a move to the downside, but that was not the case. So we just have to play what we see. So I want to see a trade above this high as our first objective, and then there as my last objective. Once we get up there, then I think I'm done for the longs. Then I'll be on the sideline and see what price will do. All right. Pound dollar. Let's go into the daily. We've broken above. If you look at pound and euro, you see there's a big difference. If I split this into two, and put euro there and put this one the daily, you can see in here, right, this high, pound has taken out that high, euro hasn't. So what is that saying? It's saying that pound is stronger than euro. That's it. Yeah, pound is stronger than euro. Pound has managed to break this high, euro hasn't. So euro is relatively weak compared to the pound. So any trade ideas that you want to take, ideally you want to be taking the one that is strong, which is in this case this one here. On the pound, we still have, let's change this back up in here, we still have this high. If I put it on the weekly, you can see we've gone above. Now I don't know, most of you are not aware of this, but this is an institutional level that could cause price to reverse. We've closed above it, so when this happens, we look for the next upside objective. Yeah, the fact that it didn't reject and it closed above it, we look for next upside objective. The next upside objective will be this high, but because this wick, okay, went above that one, remember I've talked about it several times. We do have this, right? I've talked about this several times back in, I think, June. Okay, price is gonna find it hard to trade above this high. It's not going to be impossible, but it's gonna find it hard to trade above it. So we don't look for this target yet. Yeah, we don't look for that target yet. We look for a target in here. So if I drop down to the 4-hour, there is a last up candle in there, the small gap here, this equal high. That's what I'm targeting for now, right there. Okay, so that's where I'm targeting for now on pound. Change it to that color. Okay, so I think I was contemplating of going long today, but today being Monday, I don't like trading Mondays, and again, coming back from All right, so coming back from holiday, being away from a week, I just want to take my time to get in the groove. I don't want to rush into any trade, and I don't want to rush into the market yet. I want to settle in and then take it from there. I was looking at this down candle for possible trade. Right, it's a nice juicy area for a continuation to the upside. So that's what I was looking at today, and this morning, to see if price would like to push away from here, right, into that level. So that's what I had this morning, watching price. When I woke up, I looked at this and I'm thinking, okay, should I go long? Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow and see if I'm dialed back into the market. Okay, so this is what I have on this pair. If we do trade below this low, then I think we have to consider the 4-hour level in here for a continuation to the upside. Remember, the daily is still bullish, so we don't look for shorts yet, unless you do have anything that is part of your trade plan and you want to go short. That's entirely fine, but because the daily is still bullish, we do not look for sells. This thing offered a beautiful long last week. Again, if you are not part of the VIP, probably you wouldn't have seen it, and if you're part of the VIP, you should be able to recognize this, where we did have the market structure being bearish on the 4-hour, and in here, okay, we took out this low and then we went up and closed above this. That is your market structure turning bullish. So we did have a retracement back down. I'm going to show you this in probably in a couple of weeks, how to trade this trade. But it did come back down in here and for a beautiful trade, and then price sent it above this high, and then we did get another one in here. Okay, even with the whipsaw that happened over the whipsaw that happened over on Thursday, this thing also managed to stay intact and hit this down candle for a continuation to the upside. Right, if I was on the chart, probably I would have sent this one, just like I'm showing you this. I would have sent this one as well, but unfortunately I was not around, so maybe some of you would have caught it, some of you wouldn't have, but it's fine. It's going to present more of these things in future, so no rush and no sweat. So I'm looking at this down candle to provide support for a continuation to the upside to there. So if you like and you want to participate, it's there. If we do take out this low, then we have to look at the 4-hour and see maybe somewhere in here for a continuation to the upside. All right. It's New Zealand. I've got a very huge big box, so I was just marking my chart to see what price has done for the last 3 months. Sorry, for the last 6 months, where the market has been trading. We did have last week was a very if you were on the right side, very beautiful trade, but if you're on the wrong side, that would have been a hurtful one. We do have the weekly still pushing up. I think they did run stops in here. Okay, we do have a swing low. We do have a swing low in here, right? 1, 2, 3, and they did run it with this candle right there. Okay, and once price does that and rejects, that is very bullish. Yeah, remember, equal highs, this high and that high, very likely to be run. Yeah, this high and that high equal, and then that high and that high as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, or lower lows, it's not higher, so these highs are very likely to be run. Yeah. So on the upside, that's the upside objective on this one. It's not like this. Yeah, it's not like that. It's like that. So it's easier for price to go through it. Okay, it's easier for price to go through it. So on New Zealand, um, on New Zealand dollar, we do have some pretty nice highs, very clean highs sitting in here for a possible price run above them. So if you drop down to the daily, you can see I don't see anything stopping price right now. So if we do get retracement down to any good level, for now on the 4 hour, the only good level I see is down here. So if we do get a retracement back down, down in here, I might consider very big wick. Let's drop down to the hourly just to narrow it down. In this case, when I do find it weird like this, what I do is I like to trade with my Fibonacci. So I'll put my Fibonacci and then go for the 618 level, right? So this one is just at the 50, so I wouldn't want to enter there. So I would like to go for the 618 level there with a stop. Just ideally, I don't want to go from here to there. I don't want to see price go there. If price does get down here, it's not good. So that's where I would like to place my stop, right? If you want, you can place it just below here and then target back up and look for that run above those equal highs, right? Shift this one there. Okay, you can do it that way, or you can place it just below that 79. I don't want to see price go all the way down here. If it does, that's not good. And I'll show you a trade a trade idea that I saw on CAD yen that happened similarly, and then price just blew through and then went down and then rejected and came back up again. All right, so on this one, if you want to take a trade, look for a retracement down here, okay, and then long to take out those equal highs up there. With the VIP members, I have something nice to show you guys. Something that I've been practicing and I've been seeing it over and over again. So maybe tomorrow I'll start showing you, which is very cool, right? Okay, so that's our level. If you do want to take a long, do not buy it where it is right now because price is way too high. Okay, it's too high. Last week high has been taken, right? That's last week high has been taken, and that's one of the things I want to show you guys. Weekly highs and lows, because they've taken that weekly high, there's a chance that price can come back in the form of a retracement before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so do not chase this up movement. And today is again Monday. You don't want to be in the market trying to catch some trade. Okay, so ideally wait for a bit of a retracement, maybe even back to this high. If it does get down here and offer support, there are things that you can look for in here. Okay, if it does get down there and then it offers support down there, we can also look for some ideas to go long. Okay, that's a very nice down candle sitting right there. That's another area. Personally, I don't fear taking losses. Losses are part of the game. Okay, so when I do see things like this, I'll take my chances and go long, and if it stops me out, it stops me out. Okay, and then I'll wait for another level and then I'll go long from there. Okay, but do wait for retracement because they've taken a previous week's high. Ideally, you want a bit of retracement into the week before you start looking for longs. If you don't do that, most of the time you will get killed before the actual move happens. Yeah, so like for example, last week Monday, if you had tried to buy this when this thing started moving up, then it would have put you on the wrong side, brought you down, probably stopped you out, and then went up for the rest of the week. Same thing in here. You don't want to be catching something that is not worth it on Monday. So wait for some retracement and then you cut along. I like this level here, and I like that down candle. If it gets down here and I start seeing some form of a rejection and we trade above a down candle on the hourly or the 4-hour depending, then I'll be looking for longs down up here. If not, then I'll wait for price to get here. On Aussie, again, very, very strong. Let's remove all this. Let's go on the weekly. And let me put this to side by side and show you New Zealand and show you Aussie on the weekly. There. And I want you to look at this high. Yeah, that high and that high. This has not taken out that high yet. That has, showing you what this is very, very strong. The Aussie is very, very strong. You don't want to be selling Aussie. Okay, you don't want to be selling any Aussie pair at the moment. Okay, because the Aussie is proving itself to be, I think Aussie is by far the strongest pair out there with the pound. Yeah, the pound and the Aussie are the strongest pair, the pairs out there. Let's jump back up here. Okay, so we can see on the weekly we are almost taking out this high, so I think that will be the next upside objective, clearly right there. And if we jump onto the monthly, let's have a look on the monthly and see what other upside objective can be. That's really, really strong. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of consecutive up candles. That's crazy. I don't think I've been in the market since in here. I've never seen Aussie done that before.
Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's working now. Sorry for that. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, cool. I have no idea what happened there, but I don't know where it stopped. But let's start from here. Maybe from here, right? So I was saying that if you get lost in the market and you have no idea what's going on, okay, always go back to market structure. So what do I mean by market structure? On the daily, okay, always, if you're not going to look on the monthly or weekly, just go on the daily. And on the daily, look at what the market is doing. Is it respecting highs or is it respecting lows? Okay, and we can clearly see it's respecting lows. That means the market is trying to push up, right? So this is the last time it broke up. Usually when you do that, market will come back down for a retracement. So we do have our range here. That's our low. So where do you want to see market come back down to? You want to see it come back down to at least a retracement to below 50%. Okay, and then if we don't continue going up here and then we start seeing a swing high forming in there, you want to see it come below 50%, and then down here we start looking for buys again. Usually what's going to happen is if you're not skilled in the market, when you do see this, you're gonna look for shorts. Yeah, we do look for shorts. We did get trades that did pay out shorts here, but we don't look for shorts to continue going down. Okay, we will only look for shorts continue going down if we do take out a swing low down here. That's when we look for shorts for continuation. But in here, we look for shorts to come down into retracement, and then we look for a continuation to the upside, right? So where we are now, we do have that high as our upside objective. So if we do trade above there, then the trade idea is gone. But if we do come back down for a retracement, okay, into any 4-hour level or an hourly, looking on the hourly, I don't see anything interesting here. So in the 4-hour, if we do drop down in here, if we do drop down in here, maybe today, if we drop down in here like this, then I'll look for reasons to buy, and then I'll be expecting the daily to turn back and stand bullish, something like this, a candle like this. So we come back down in here and then reject and go back up and trade above there. If we don't do that and we trade above this high, then I think the upside objective is done, and then we might look for like a bit of a retracement, and then with that retracement we'll be looking for longs. And if that longs get killed and we break down, then you know that we've broken down, then we can look for shorts for a continuation to the downside. But for now, it's all to the upside. So ideally you want to be looking for longs. If this doesn't come down and we close above this, right, you can do this. That's if we do close above it, you can do this for just a trade today, at least about 10 pips above this high. Yeah, if you close above this down candle, then this down candle will shield or will act as a protection, and then you take a long to take out this high, and then you keep some on to see if you're gonna continue pushing higher. If not, then ideally you want to wait for price to come in here and then see some form of a rejection. Aussie is too strong, it doesn't want to pull back, and usually when you have that kind of market condition, I think I showed how to trade it. When the market opens, you buy it, your stop goes down the previous day's low, and then you look for continuation to the upside. So all that is there if you want to apply it. Okay, but for now, do not chase this where it is now. Okay. Next one is dollar CAD. Let's delete all this business. You can see I've been practicing. because I need to get back in the groove. Okay, dollar CAD, if we go onto the monthly, I made a lot of emphasis about this down candle, why it should act as or it should provide support. The monthly is bullish, okay, and the fact that the monthly is bullish means that we have to be careful when price is trading at a monthly resistance, which is this last down candle here. We did find support at the high of that candle there, okay, and then there was a support, I think, at the opening. If I go down to the lower time frame, you're gonna see these levels acting as support. So we did get the first one here. I think the first week of June we did have this long in our trade. Most of you were wondering where I caught that one from. That was where that was coming from. And then the opening price of the monthly, that's where we had another long there as well. And then the other week where I was expecting price to go up, in here we had another push. We've gone through all of them, so then now the last area for support is down here. Now because we do have again this low and that lower, I don't see price breaking this and going down straight away. I don't see that. We might see a continuation to the downside and then probably another rejection, and price will go into some form of a retracement. On the 4-hour, if you want, you can follow the market structure and then just keep selling when we retrace into either an up candle, or what you can do is just measure this like that, and at any time it goes above 50%, you look for a sell. Okay, on the 4-hour, you're looking for your last swing high to your last swing low, and anytime it goes above 50%, you look for a sell. Okay, so if you do break this low and price that comes back up again, I don't know where the low is going to form. If it does form down here, it trades back up again into that 50%. Above it, you look for a sell for a continuation to the downside. Okay, until you get stopped out at some point, or I'm looking at this level here, 1.3. That's the level I'm interested in. If you do get down there, I don't think I'll be looking for extra additional sells, because we way overextended. Okay, if I drop back down to the daily, this is too much selling. Okay, and usually when we do have this, chances are the guys that move the market, they are buying. Okay, when you have this kind of condition, the guys that move the market, they are buying. Similar to this, okay, market going down, 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 and then all of a sudden we have this kind of move. So they could be buying in here. So I'll be cautious where we are trading. We are trading at a higher time frame resistance. Okay, it's not that resistance that you guys know about, which is this straight line. That's not what I'm talking about. This down candle in here, that's the candle I'm talking about on the monthly. So I'm very cautious with any trading in here. Right. Again, we are trading down, but there hasn't been really a nice push to the downside. Aside from this, it's just been gradually grinding down, and that's what makes it harder to trade. Why? Because you might think it's going up, you buy it, and then it stops you out, and then you might sell it, and then price will come up, and then you'll be scared to hold on to your trade. Okay, so on this pair, be careful going short where we are trading right now. I don't want to give anything on this at the moment because of where we are trading. My mindset is we are trading in this range, okay, and this range we are trading. If I change this to we are trading below 75%, right? 75% is deemed as very, very, very cheap. Price is very, very cheap in regards to this high and that low. So people can step in, well, people with lots of money can step in and buy this thing up with speed that you might get caught offline. And I don't want to be in that. So I'll probably stay out on any trade on this one until I see something that is interesting or something that will catch my eye. So what you want to look for, okay, because of where we are trading, is, and I think one of them happened here. Here, where we have a low high, we trade up, we made a low, and then market broke above this high. So on a retracement back down here, you catch a long, and I think we did catch a long the other week. Before I went away, we did catch a long in here. If you do remember, that's what you want to see. So if you do see any of that in here, then you can confidently go long. Okay, but if you don't, then just be on the sideline and watch it for now. Euro pound, I do have this trade idea on Euro pound. I did see this morning, just a continuation on the downside, because the 4-hour is making lower lows. Yeah, we broke down, and that was our last swing high. So I'm looking for price to push up in here and then offer some selling to continue going down. Whether that is going to happen, I have no idea. I'll let the stop loss do its job. So if you're here and you like to take it, that's entirely up to you. It's a Monday, so I'm again cautious on this one. That's why I haven't posted it yet. I just wanted to talk about it first before I do anything. So stops is above here and down here. They are going to attack one of them, right? And because the 4-hour is bearish, I'm looking for a retracement and a continuation to the downside. If it does come up here and then break above it, close above it, then I know that they want to seek higher prices. Then all I have to do is wait for retracement and then I'll buy long. But for now, it hasn't done that. So again, I'll look for price to push down from where we are now. There was a last up candle on the hourly in here that offered this rejection. Okay, so that's what I have on this at the moment. Let me take a screenshot. Let's post it. Okay, done. Okay, also New Zealand. Before I went away, I was looking at this area to offer support for a continuation to the upside. Right there, we did come in there and then we did break up. So I think before I went, I gave a trade idea on here, buying I think somewhere in here, and it did offer some bounce and then ultimately broke down. So on the weekly, I still don't see this thing coming down. That the reason why Aussie is bullish is because of this pair. Yeah, Aussie New Zealand is way bullish, and that's causing all Aussie pairs to be bullish. And because we are very bullish, I don't see this thing coming down anytime soon. The only problem is going sideways for now, right? Sideways, and then we broke down. What I want to see is the previous month high, not this one, this down candle. if we have any downside to go, it shouldn't go below there, and we should find support at that level. So on the weekly, maybe this week, I want to see if the low of the week can come here, yeah, for the, let's say this low, this week's low, come all the way down. So take out this low, come all the way down here, hit it, and then give me a change in trend on the 4 hour, and then we can participate in the long. Okay, for now, following the 4 hour structure, our structure high is all the way up here, and our structure low is down here. So we are stuck in between this range. Okay, it's not good to be trading inside this. It's either you sell up here, right? That's the only thing you can do. Okay, so if price does get up here, you can sell up there and then look for a push back down into that monthly high. And then if we do break and trade above this side, then we have resumed the up movement. Okay, then we can start looking for retracement and for longs. But for now, because the 4 hour is still bearish, that's all you can do. Wait for price to get up here and then sell it short and come back down to take out the low, because the 4 hour is doing what is seeking lower prices. Yes, we will do that. Yeah, so on this thing, on Aussie New Zealand, yes, we are bullish, but on the 4 hour at the moment is bearish, so you want to be considering a short up here. And then if it does stop you out and it breaks above it, then you know that price has changed direction, and then we can wait for retracement and then look for longs. All right. Aussie yen, price is gone. Let's go on to the week daily, and I think some of you here will remember this high. We were looking for price to give us a run above this high from from down here. Yeah, we're looking for a run above that high from here, and then they did break down, and we were looking for a sell. I think before I went, I did give a sell idea from here, and price pushed down. It failed to break below this low and then rejected again. If I was here last week, we probably would have caught a trade on this, but I was not here, so we have to trade what we have today. On the monthly, on the weekly, we can see we've cleared out these equal highs, and price is seeking this last up candle, right? But because we do have a high higher than that one, I don't think price is gonna break through this high anytime soon. So upside objective could be this one and above that high there. So if you do get any retracement on the 4 hour, I think we've broken above this high. 4 hour is still bullish. Let's have a look on the hourly. I don't see anything interesting on the hourly either. We do have a confusion. Put a fib and then look for retracement to what? The 618 level. Okay, at least that will offer you a low risk and high probability trade, because you'll not be chasing it, you'll be waiting for a retracement. So ideally I want to see maybe a 618 retracement to the 618 and then a continuation to the upside. So if we drop down to the hourly, it will look like something like this. Yeah, so if you do drop down, take out this low into the 618 or even the 70% level, then I'll look for a continuation to the upside. Looking on the daily, it doesn't seem it's going to offer that. Yeah, it doesn't seem it's going to offer that. So what you can do is don't chase it, let it do what it wants to do. And if we do get a retracement back down here, like I've put down here, then we can go long again. Yeah, so price is gone, don't chase it, because if you do, you're gonna mess up. Just wait for price to form like a swing high, give you a retracement, and then we look for long for a continuation to the upside. If you do chase it, it might bite you, so don't chase it right now. Okay, I think similar to Euro yen, we do have equal high right there. I think that's what they're going to run. And on the monthly, we do have another equal high here. Sorry, on the weekly, we do have another equal high. So it's just, this is just no brainer. They're going to run that one. Yeah, they're going to run that one. And if you guys remember, I think we did catch a long. I did give a long before going from down here, and the objective was to target this high. Yeah, I do remember, because I did take on 21st, it was a Friday, I did take a long in here. Our last session that we had, I did take a long in here, and then we were looking for a run back above this high, right? Because we are still bullish on the daily, and we're trying to catch a long from this down candle for continuation to the upside, and that's what we still have, right? So if you do have that long, well done. I think we're gonna crash this equal high and crash that equal high, and then make an attempt to take out that high as well. Let's draw a line in here. So that's what I think is going to happen. They're going to attempt to crash this equal high, and then that high for continuation to the upside. New Zealand yen, again, we have equal highs up there. That's where they're going for. We did get, again, last week was a good week for the cross pairs, but if you were on the majors, then I think you would have got crashed. It was good for the especially yen pairs. If you actually know what you're looking for, it was very good for the yen pairs, especially CAD yen. I'll jump onto CAD yen in a second, right? Very, very, very nice move to the upside. Low, high, low, we break above it. That's your buy in here for a continuation to the upside and targeting this equal high. We've managed to take out this high, so price is now really bullish. I don't think it's going to slow down. It's just going to take out this high. But question is, do you chase it? I wouldn't. I'll wait for a bit of a retracement and then catch the long. If we don't take out this equal high and then we do retrace, then you can go long to go and attack it. But if we break, or if we take out this equal high, then I wouldn't buy any retracement in here. I'll wait for a deeper retracement. So on the daily, it will look something like this. If we do take out this high, I'll look for a deeper retracement. Again, VIP, I'll show you something tomorrow. If we do take out this high, don't try to buy any form of retracement up in here, right? Because it will go down a little bit more. You go further like this, go a bit of a retracement if we take out this equal high. But if we don't, and you start seeing price coming back down, I'll attempt a long somewhere in here, right in here. Okay, this little price point in here, I'll attempt a long. So on the 4-hour, maybe this down candle in here, I'll attempt a long in here, taking out this. Most of the people that are long, their stop loss will be down here. So once they take them out, I'll be considering a long from there. So below this low, that's where I'll probably consider long, if we don't take out this high and we come back down. Okay, but for now it's far too gone. So if you want to chase it, that's entirely up to you. They are going for this equal high. Pound yen, the level I have there is staring at your face. Again, pound yen, I think we did have a long, but it did stop out before moving, because I did check it this morning. The long that we caught was on here, and it went to first target and then came back all the way down to crash the stops, and then went up again, came back down, and then we see another continuation. Again, if you understand, I think the VIP members, you understand this movement, like I've talked about it several times, what this is. Okay, once you see this and then we start coming up, if you're scared to buy in here, once you close above it, you should know where price should go to. Yeah, if we close above this high, you should know where price should go to because of these candles. Right, so I'll not talk about it, I'll let you find out. Okay, and we did come back down for retracement between this high and that low. Again, when you're confused, just put a fib. Yeah, and then you buy at this 618. Your stop goes just in between this and that one there. Okay, I like to place it. Personally, I don't use this one. I like using this because I want to be buying below 75%. Yeah, that's a psychology. It's more to do with psychology, where people will be scared to buy it because they will think that this thing is gonna go down and break the low. Okay, so it will squeeze anyone that goes long. It will squeeze them out, and then those that are short too, they might be thinking, "Yep, I've caught a high, and I'm going down all the way down," and then price will snap back down against them. Yeah, so this one, I think price is coming up in here, and then you see the level I've got up there. That's where price is going for now on the daily. If you jump onto the weekly, you see it properly. This last up candle, that's where price is going for. Okay, so if you do see any form of a retracement, I don't think it's going to be. If we break above this high, probably we might go for another retracement. Yeah, so if we trade above this high, we come back down, that would be another area of interest for a long, for a continuation to the upside. But again, looking at this down candle, just look at what happened here. Okay, and then once we broke above it where price did, same thing, this down candles. Okay, once we break above it, price is going to do something similar. Okay, but if we do come back inside these down candles, I'll be interested in buying down here. Pound Aussie, very beautiful price action, and that consolidation, like I said, I'm not interested in this until we drop down into that level. Okay, I still have it there. If we get down here and I don't see anything interesting in terms of on the 4-hour market changing direction, okay, the 4-hour time frame price direction has to change, and then once it changes direction, then I'll be interested in longs. Okay, if you want to go short, that's entirely up to you. I'm not interested in that. I want to follow what the daily is doing, right, or the weekly in this case. The weekly is pushing high, okay, with this huge up candle. So I want to see how price will react in here, and then I'll join and then go probably catch something like this again. So if I drop down to the daily, we call this an impulse leg. So this is an impulse leg, and this is a retracement, or the Elliott wave traders will call this ABC or something like that. So I'll be looking for something like this. So that's the impulse, that's the retracement. So wherever price retraces to, whether here or there, wherever it gives me the rejection for a continuation, then I'll just be looking for that. So if we do come down here, I'll be looking for that. If you do come up here, I'll be looking for that. Right? But until we get there, I'm not interested in this pair for now. Okay? Similarly to this one. Between pound Aussie and pound New Zealand, which one will I go for? I'll go for this one. Why? Because this has got a nice price action with a huge impulse leg on the weekly, right? On the monthly, again, we did push way up compared to the Aussie. So if you do trade down a little bit inside here, okay, that will bring us into, I think, 50% right there. And then I'll start hunting longs in here. Do I want to go short on this one? Maybe, because this one has, compared to this, price is almost there. Okay, there's not enough room. But compared to that one, there is a bit of room to the downside. Yeah. I like this down candle, but because on the daily now, price is bearish. It's not bullish again. The structure has broken. That's our last low. We've broken down. Okay. So on the daily, we are bearish. If it does scream up in here, I can potentially look for sell and then come down. And then once we get down into the area I pointed on there, once we take out this low, then I'll start looking to hunt for longs. Right now we are in no man's land. It could go up, it could go down. You don't know. But if it does get up here, I'll be interested in a sell. Right here. Let's say today we see price go up. Great. Tuesday price comes up here. Wednesday trades into there. I'll look for a sell and then I'll be targeting this low. That's what I would like to do on this pair right now. Okay. I don't want to sell here because that'll be chasing price, and I don't want to buy here because I don't know whether it's going to go up or down. Okay, but if it does push up in here, I'll be interested in a sell to come and take out this low. And then once we do take out that low, I'll look for a buy. You can see I'm taking long because I'm not getting back in the groove of looking at the market. Ideally, I should be done by now. On New Zealand CAD, we traded back up into this last up candle. On the daily, however, I want you to notice that we have broken to the upside. Yeah, so this is what we have. So if the price that's come back down in here, you should be hunting for longs. Yeah, if you look on the weekly, price has pushed up above this down candle, so you should be hunting for longs. Okay, until we break down again, you are not allowed to short. You can sell short up where we are, okay, using this last down candle for a retracement on the daily, just like you will buy in here for a retracement for a continuation to the downside. Same thing, you sell up in here to come down for a continuation to the upside. On the 4-hour, I don't see anything that I can use to go short. On the hourly, I don't see anything that I can use to go short. So you see that you say, okay, I understand what price is trying to do. So I'm going to sell short, place my stop here, and then trade it all the way back down to at least the daily range, 50%. Somewhere in here. Okay. If you don't have that idea and you do have anything that will put you into a sell, then by all means do so. For now, I don't have anything on there to say, okay, I'm going to use this to take a sell. The daily, right, will be the only thing that I can say, okay, I would sell short, but that's a huge one. To go short here and target the 50% of this range. there. Yeah, that's the only thing I can do right now for a trade idea. Sell short here, target there, and that'll be it. Yeah, so I don't want to give anything on this at the moment. Let's see if we do come back down into that level on the weekly. We will look for ideas to go long because the daily has changed direction. Okay, and if it does stops us out and take out this low, then we'll be looking for sales to come back down here, but that's long term, right? So let's play with what we have now. Aussie CAD, same thing. Aussie CAD direction has changed to the upside. You can see clearly the structure. Our last low is here, our last high is up there, and we've closed above it, so we are bullish on the daily. So any retracement is subject for long. Do I want to sell up there? No. You can, but I don't want to catch a rocket, so I don't want to do that. If you want to, that's fine, that's entirely up to you, but I don't want to catch a rocket. If we do come down here for retracement, then yes, I'll be interested in a long, but until then I don't want to be in this right now. Okay, do not chase moves like this. I've talked about this several times. Now everyone in the world, right, let me put it this way so you can see it right there. When this happens, everyone in the world will see this. Okay, they will not see it when it's down here. They only see this, and once they see this, they'll be all over it, and that's when they either take price sideways and then you get killed trying to catch a long or trying to catch a short. Right, so you need to understand the market when it's down here and what it's trying to do. So on the 4 hour, again, you can see we did break, like what I said I was going to show you. If you follow the 4 hour structure, you will find incredible things. We did have a low, a high, and then we broke down, and then market broke above it. So that's market direction changing. Yeah, and then we traded back down into that up candle in here. That is your long. Okay, for now, do not chase it. Wait for a bit of retracement and then you go long. If not, do not chase this. Eurozi, that is a complete die-off. And this is typical. Okay, consolidation. What comes after consolidation? I think members will understand what comes after consolidation. Expansion, and that's what happened here, right? And I did mention several times that I didn't want to buy in this. The only place I was interested in buying was down here, right? And even that, it crashed. I was not here. Maybe if I was here, I would have I would have bought this and then I would have got crashed, but I was not here, so I didn't see none of this. But this is crazy move back down here. We are trading at a higher time frame level, which is this level right there. Okay, that's price rejecting. We call it double wick rejection, and then price broke above it. So when price comes back down here, it should offer support, and that's what's happening in here. I want to see what today will end up doing, right? I think price has moved back down and we have now come back down for this range, right? So if you want to do anything, again, because we are back in the range, okay, we couldn't break above this high, which I was looking for. I was looking forward for this high to be broken. You want to be buying down here and be selling up there, okay, until we break out. So if we do see on the 4 hour any structure break, which I marked right there, if we do see a structure break here, then I'll consider a long to come up in the range. Okay, if not, then I will not do anything. Or what you can do is, because the 4-hour structure is bearish, you can actually sell up there. But if you do get stopped out, then you know that the market is willing to go up in the range, and then you can buy it. But for now, because it's bearish, okay, you can sell up in here and look for a run back down to take out this low, because we are in a range. Yeah, that's the only reason why you're selling here, not because price is going down, but because we are in a range and you want to be selling and going down in the lower part of the range. So this is the lower part of the range, that's the upper part of the range. We failed to break above this high, which I was looking forward to, and then we can start looking for more longs. We didn't get that. Price come back down, so we look for a sell into taking out this low. Again, the reason why price is not breaking this for now is because we do have a lower low. Okay, so price is not gonna break this. It has to go up a little bit more first, and then ultimately, if it comes back down, we look for a trade below here. So if you do catch a short up there, you want to ideally to be taking out this low. Okay, and then once we take out this low, you're done, because this is a range trading. Okay, so if you're interested in selling short, you can sell short up here and then look for a possible run back down to take out this low, and then you'll be done. If we do see some form of a market structure shifting to the upside, then we can take a long. Okay, let's get rid of this so you can see it clearly. So if you do catch a short up there, there we go. You take something off here, take something off there, and then you leave some on to come down here, right? Shorten up there. And then lastly, Euro Aussie, Euro New Zealand. Let's get rid of this. Euro New Zealand is quite different from pound Euro Aussie. We did have quite a good push from down here, and the reason why, again, you have to study the relationship between you have to understand what I'm talking about right now. You have to study the relationship between Aussie New Zealand and pound New Zealand. Okay, if you study the relationship between these four, you understand why this is doing what it's doing. Okay, I'll leave it there, and then you go do the studies. So we have a swing high formed. Okay, that will usually push price down to where at least the mean threshold of the price or trading range. So between this high and that low, it's not just the daily, like I've shared with you guys, is weekly as well. So we did come back down to 50%. So that's minimum. So with last week's trading, we've come to minimum where price should trade to. Now, does it turn around and continue going up? It can. So you have to look for evidences that it should do that. Okay, because we are bullish. We did take out this low. Yeah, take out this swing low, and then we broke above. So possibility that price can come down here is high. I'm looking at this area there. That's where I want to see price come to, and then we see a continuation to the upside. That's where I would like to see price come to. Tomorrow we will talk about these lines. Thank you for sharing it with me. It has been an immense help. But we will talk about these lines. Okay, so I want to see price come down here, and then we look for a continuation to the upside. Okay, so today, looking at where price is, what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see price go above this. Yeah, so if we do hit this level, you can consider a short. Let's go into the 4-hour. We do have a nice last up candle in there, so you can consider short there with a stop above that, and then target this level here. Okay, and you take something off right there. Again, because we've reached 50%, if we break above this, then we look for a long to come and target this high. Okay, but if it doesn't do that, because we never know, price can just hit this and then scream all the way back down in here. But it can also take out this high, and then we look for long. So whichever happens, you'll see what's going to happen. You see that it's going to hit this and drop, take out this low, and then to that level, or it's going to break above this, retracement, and then continuation to the upside. But because we follow what the market is doing at the moment, we want to sell short. Okay, so if price does get up here, look for a sell for continuation to the up, to the downside here. And then once we get there, ideally I want to see this kind of price movement, maybe something like this. And that's what I want to see. So let's wait and see what happens. Okay, so that is it. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this too, and then I'll post it in the group. So now let's go over our questions. Gold, XAU, USD. See, remove. Actually, let's bring it back. So before I went, we did have a short. Yeah, before I went, we did have a short from here, and we did hit the first target, and we were looking for a continuation to the downside. And I did mention we don't want to see, I think the last session we did, I said we didn't want to see price go above this down candle in here, because if we do, it's not good. And I think price did on Friday. We did come up to that last up candle and price rejected. That was a good area to sell short. I think I missed a lot and I didn't. Two things, I did miss a lot and I didn't. It would have been 50-50. Right, that was a nice area to sell short in there for another push to the downside. And then ultimately price has now broken above it. On the 4-hour, when I was looking at price action this morning, I did see why it did what it did. Yeah, so we did have our structure low, and then we broke above it, and then price came down for retracement, and then it bought to there and then rejected back down. I don't know which happened first, whether it went up here and came down, or we came down and went up. Whatever it did what it needs to do. So that was a good place to sell short for a continuation to the downside for first target here, but it didn't do that. We've closed above this shaded area. That means price wants to come up again. Okay, how high? I think because we've reached this low of this last up candle, they want to come up here to balance out, just like we did have here. And this down candle price went all the way up and balanced out to there. That's what it did here, but it looks like they want to come and balance out the opening price as well. So I think price is going to go to the opening price, and we might probably stay sideways because price is not willing to move outside. Okay, so you might be cautious of doing anything on this pair. So I think the next upside objective on gold is 1985. Yeah, for long to 1985, because the 4-hour is bullish, so you want to be on the buy side. That looks very nice. That last up candle there, I think that's where they want to balance it to, right there. So gold is 1982. That's the upside objective it wants to reach for. And then once we get there, I don't know what's gonna happen. They might send it back down. You never know, right? So be cautious on gold. I don't think we are going to move anywhere anytime soon on gold, because we're stuck in this range on the daily. Yeah, between this high and that low, we are stuck in that range. Okay, so be mindful trying to catch maybe a long for a continuation. If you want to be looking for like swing trade longs, we have to trade above this up candle before you start looking for swing trade like these kind of moves. You have to trade above this down candle. Okay, and then for shorts, we need to trade for this target, we need to trade back down below this down candle again, right? Or at least the 4-hour needs to break. The 4-hour structure needs to break, and then we can look for sells on the 4-hour, right? But for now, that's the target. Let's go over Bitcoin, because I'm still interested in Bitcoin. And I think price came to the first target on the weekly. No, we didn't. That was the first target for the sells. That's what I'll look for price to drop down to for Bitcoin. Right. If we do trade again, this down candle here, that's the barrier. If we do trade above it, okay, then all the short is over, it's done. That is the last down candle that is holding price down. You can see clearly, since we traded down, okay, price is struggling to go above it. This thing is annoying. Okay, since we traded down here, okay, price is struggling to go above it. And this was a very nice short to the downside. I still think we still be looking for sells. If you look at the market structure, okay, we have a low and then we broke to the downside. So we are still looking for what? Shorts. Our structure high is right there. And that's our last up candle. So this up candle should offer what? Support and send price back down again. Right? So if this breaks, then obviously this is not going to support price because we've already been there. Then we're going to look for longs to come and target this high again. But if not, then I think price should continue going lower. On the 4-hour, we have not broken market structure yet, which is interesting. Our last swing high is up there. Yeah, that's our last low and our last high. So we are still inside this range. So we are still bearish on the 4-hour, right? So I think I'll be looking for sells. Will I sell where it is right now? It might be a bit scary. Maybe I'll wait for this low to give up. Yeah, so if we trade back down, break this low, then I'll be confident that we are moving back, because on the hourly we are bullish. So I would like to see, we did break down here, and then prices, maybe they're coming for stops for those trying to sell it too early, and then price will break this low, and then I'll look for a sell on this one. Okay. Is there another pair anyone want me to look at? I've taken so much time today. That's what going away does to you. I have to get back and get hold of the market again. Yes, NZD USD is doing nothing. I said to look for longs down here. Do not chase it. Look for longs down here. I like the level in here, this down candle. I like it because it's a previous daily swing high, and I won't go much into details why, but I like this one. If it does get there, I'll see, depending on how the daily structure looks like. Okay, so we can get maybe today ending maybe like a down candle, and then tomorrow we'll see another down candle come all the way down, hit this level, and then reject. If you do see that rejection, what you want to see, and I think if you're a VIP member, then probably you want to see ideally something like this. Yeah, when price gets to that level, you want to see something like this. Once you see that, then you can go long here for continuation. So at that level, if price get down there in the lower time frame and it sees something like this, wrong drawing, yeah, then you can go long here, whether with a retracement or as it breaks with your stop below there. Yeah, CAD yen, thanks for reminding me. CAD yen, actually let's put it here. CAD yen, there we go. So CAD yen, let's remove these things. Right, if you look, it was a beautiful long to target this high, and like I said last week, it could have been great or it could have been awful. Daily is still bullish, right? Why is the daily bullish? Market structure. Our last low is here. Where's our last high? There. Okay, and then we close above it. So the structure has changed to bullish. So if structure has changed to bullish, we look for retracement, right? So that's our low and that's our high, and then price retrace to 50%. That's enough. Yeah, price retrace to 50%. That's enough for continuation to the upside. So all you're looking for is a break, or a break in the market structure on the lower time frame, and it did happen right in here. We have a low, a low, a high there. Okay, and then once we broke, price never came back down here. So that's where your stop will be, and you buy in for a continuation to target this high. And even if you get stopped out by being cute and put your stop there, we did have another one in here. We had a low, broken, a high, broken, and then retracement, right? And there is your entry for a continuation to the upside. So when this happened, okay, that was when I was enjoying my my holiday. Yeah, so you could have caught a long in here to target this high. Yeah, that is you going with the flow on the daily. And then we did have this huge move to the downside. And then what I was talking about is this. Okay, if this stops you out, that was the discussion I wanted to have. If this stops you out by buying here, okay, and it stops you out, it's still gonna give you an opportunity, because when you're wrong, it doesn't mean when it stops you out here, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It means that maybe there was something below that price was reaching for. So all you have to do is wait for a break again, right? So we had a high and low, and then we broke above it here. So right now what I'm looking for is a retracement to this area. If we do get down here, I'll still look for a long for a continuation to the upside, because I'm targeting this high, right? I'm targeting this high. Now if price doesn't come down there, and then it goes all the way up and trades above this. What does it mean? For those of you that are with me for a while, what does this mean? It means something. Now, this whole move to the downside was done on purpose to chase away some people. Okay? It was done on purpose to chase away some people. So you look. We've already been here, so we look there for our target. So there's lots of room on the upside on Cardian. If you do manage to trade above this high, if it does come down for a bit of a retracement, even better. Okay, if it doesn't and it trades above this, then you know what to do. You can see it on the 4-hour, down, 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 taking out this low, and then we close above it. I think it matches up with the target that I've drawn out there. Almost. Yeah. So that is what I was talking about. So let's see if we will get price to close above this. This last up candle will be a bit of it'll be a bit of a challenge for price to break through it, but if price manages to break through it, then obviously we know that price is going up there, right? So do not chase it for now. Where our attempt along will probably be here, right? Because the hourly has changed direction again to go in sync with the 4-hour. So if we do get a retracement down here, I'll want to buy here and target this high for my first objective, and then leave a piece on for the upside objective. I think this pair, this is the pair you want to be hunting for long. Okay, out of all the pairs that I've gone through, this pair is one of the pairs you want to be hunting for longs. And with the I'll talk more about it tomorrow morning when we have another session. But this is the pair you want to be hunting for longs, right? Okay. Let's have a look at this one. It's New York. So we are looking at a retracement. That's typical Monday trading. Any other pair you want me to at least today, let's use today to get back let's use today to get back on our feet, and then tomorrow and Wednesday we can go more professional. Today is just let's get back and let's talk. So if you still have any pair you want me to have a look at, just shout it out and then I'll have a look for you. I'm late, so I'm not sure. GU, I did mention I like this area. I like this area. I want to see price stay here and then continue going up. But today being Monday, I don't like trading on Mondays, so that's why I'm hesitating to go long. But I like this area, and the reason why I like that area for a continuation is because I explained. Let me use this one to explain it. If I put pound, okay, on the daily, let's get rid of this. If I put pound on the daily and I put euro on the daily, and put euro on the daily, okay, pound did manage to trade and close above this high. Yeah, so because it did manage to trade above this high, there is more strength in pound than there is on euro. Ultimately, euro I think will break this, but this one has, and there's free movement on the upside. This is causing like a bit of a, a resistance. So I would like to see a continuation on the upside on this, into that level. Okay. So that's why I like GU for today. And then maybe, or tomorrow, if we don't get up here today, tomorrow we will get there. And then once we get up here, then I'll switch my attention back up to see if this has not taken out this high yet. Then I'll look for reasons to go long on this. And again, the reason why I fancy this one is because of this this trade I have on here. Actually, I haven't posted it. I posted it in my personal message for some reason. Copy link, copy image, and post it here. Okay, so that's the reason why the 4-hour is bearish, is making lower lows. So I would like to see this one come back down and attack and make another lower low. So if this happens, then obviously as this is going down, pound will continue to go up. It's just the way it is. Okay, GJ is looking for a run above that high into 120. 140 did offer support. Very, very, very good price action. GJ is looking to attack and go for the last up candle on the weekly. So if you do have any trade idea that will give you an entry for a long, then this is your target. Let's take this one out. That's your target there. Maybe not straight there, maybe just before that. Yeah, just before. Nah. So you want to be looking for longs on this one. If we do get a bit of a retracement, which I don't know if it's going to do that. Yeah, if we do get a bit of a retracement, then I'll consider long. This price action is messy. It's not as clean as the Cardian, like I saw on the Cardian. It's not that clean. So if I do get anything, or if you have anything that will put you in a long on this, then by all means do so and target 142, maybe 142.30. Yeah. You like your you like your indices, don't you? FRA 40. Did I spell it wrong? Okay, that one. Let's go on to the weekly. Let's have a look on the monthly first. Yeah, that gap is your next upside objective. So based on the monthly, right, that is your next upside objective there. So dropping back down to the daily, we do have a market break above in here, retracement, going up, retracement. So you want to be buying somewhere in here. Okay, I like that level in conjunction with that little gap in there. Yeah, I like that level for a continuation to the upside. Pull this fib again, change it to OT. Yeah, that'll bring us to 50%. Anything below 50% is good for a long. They've left some nice equal highs up there, so that could be your first target, and then you leave some on for if you can hold it for that long. There, yeah, if you can hold it for that long. I don't know how. I've never traded this one. I've traded the Germany 30 and the US 30, and know that every tick will make your heart pump. Every tick will make, especially the IT, I think it's IT 40. That, oh my god. I've done some silly stuff in the past. J30. Germany 30. Okay, Germany 30 has gone to the weekly. Let's go into the monthly. Right, we are very high, took out this low, traded above this, we've gone above that. That's bullish. They want to take out this high, even though this took out that high. It's gonna struggle. German 30 is gonna struggle up in here. It's gonna struggle up in there, so I wouldn't drop down. Just follow the structure on the daily, right? Just follow the structure on the daily. So you want to be buying down here. You need to be buying somewhere in here. Drop down to the 4 hour. I think it's similar to what the previous one that I saw. The previous one that I saw is doing. Yeah, you want to be buying below 50%. Okay, and for targets, at least target this high for now, and then leave a piece on to see how far it wants to go. Okay, it's gonna struggle where it is, so probably price might go sideways due to the fact that we are very high. Maybe to this low. Yeah, maybe to that low. You buy here to that level there to take out that high, this high and that high, and then that should be done. That should be done for the longs. Okay, but just follow the daily structure. Okay, structure is bullish. We went above this swing high, and then we came back down, retracement. I found out that if you do follow daily structure, you save yourself a lot of hassles. Okay, price comes back down, 50%, expands up, a break above this high, no problem. You wait, retracement again in here, then you look for a long, and then you go buy. So how would you look for a long in here? How would you catch a long in here? The one I showed you, yeah, that's a low, that's a high, that's a low. If you trade above it, you can buy there and then look for a continuation, or if it does retrace back down, then you look for a long. Okay, there's two ways you can trade it: buy when it closes above this for a continuation, or wait for retracement. And that is a call that you have to make. So that's that one. Last one, US 30. this has damaged my account several times, and I I had never wanted to trade it again. Maybe I'll jump back onto it in future. On the monthly, I think it's similar to what the German 30 is doing, but only that this has traded to that down candle, so it's going to struggle. It's an area of interest. We've traded to an area of interest with a possible closure here. I don't think it's done. It might come back up and close that in before it push back down. Yeah, I don't think it's done. It might come back up there and then close that in entirely, where this whole coronavirus thing started, and it started falling off. It might come back and close all that in. Coronavirus. Yeah, it will come back and close that in there. So I think it's probably a stop run, and then it'll come back and then close that in, and then probably now drop. So on this one, I will not do anything because price is way too high. And finally, last one, then I'll just go and find something to eat. CAD CHF. Where we at? Remove. Let's go to the weekly. So we did take out a weekly low, and we broke. I think I did talk about this the other week. I think I have talked about this, that if we do close above this high, okay, price is bullish. I remember if we close above this, price is bullish. So yeah, so we come back down for a retracement into this because we did close above this. Yeah, remember it has to close above the swing high. There, price retraces back down, finds support here, and then it pushes back up for target above this high, and that's it, where we are now. I think we are bullish on the daily, bearish on the weekly. However, tricky one to trade. When the weekly is bearish and the daily is bullish, that's very tricky to trade. So most of the time you want to go with the daily until you get stopped out, and then you can switch back to the weekly. So because the daily is bullish, which is short term, the weekly is long term, right? The weekly takes a long time, so we usually go with the daily trend. So you want to stick with this until the daily changes direction. So once the daily changes direction, then you can now go back to the weekly. Okay, so for now, stick with the daily up movement, and then when it changes direction, then you change to selling. So on the 4-hour, you want to be buying every retracement to a 4-hour level. Okay, so you want to be following structure on the 4-hour. So where's our structure high, structure low? This is a bit of a mess, but I think we did break above in here. I want to double check whether this is a swing high. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3. So that's our swing high. So price broke above it there, right there. So that's your buy signal. So price comes back, you see that you buy here, or the retracement, and then look for a target above this high. And that's where we are right now. I think we've moved into sideways, so it's a bit tricky. So now your structure is still this low until we close above this high. Until we close above this high, your 4-hour structure is still this low. Okay, if we close above this high, then your 4-hour structure will be the last, this one. Okay, so if we do close price, let's say price goes up and close above it, now your structure low is here. If price comes back down for retracement again, you can buy, because it's a mess, there's no proper level to buy. You can pull the fib and buy at this 618. Okay, but if it doesn't close above and it stays like this, chances are you get stopped out doing anything in here. All right, so be mindful. It's either you wait for us to close above and then you wait for retracement for a long, or you don't do anything. If we do take out this low, then the structure is bearish, then you look for retracement up for a short. Okay, and that will be it. To answer your question, anywhere safe investment, the safest investment is to invest in yourself. Find somewhere to learn properly, and that would be the best investment. At the moment, there's so many things going on out there that you don't want to be messing around with, giving your hard-earned money to someone to trade for you or anything. Okay, so the best one is to learn the skill and then trade it yourself. Okay, that would be the best investment. So if there's no more pair suggestion, then I'm gonna end here. I'll see the VIP members tomorrow morning. I do have a lot to talk about, and maybe tomorrow will be another one that might be as long as this one, and then from there we will go back to our normal routine of just doing an hour. And we do have a lot to talk about, so bring your pens and notebooks, because it's going to be exciting. For those of you that are not part of the if you are not even in our Discord group, then your first thing is to join the Discord group. And then once you join the Discord group, you will find out what is going on most of the time, because we do have the free section that we have a lot of discussions. And if you get interested, then you can speak to the admin, and then I think you get free 50% for your first month with us. And then see if you do enjoy being with us, and then you can then proceed to continue. Okay, so I'll end here. For those of you that know Pat, I'll see you on Wednesday at 1:30, and for VIP members, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming, and let's see what September has got for us. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.